Is the first React running sneaker from Nike the newest must-have lifestyle sneaker? Let's find out. What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler and today I'm reviewing the brand new Nike Epic React Flyknit. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Make sure to give me a follow on Instagram and on Twitter at RealSethFowler if you haven't yet. Also make sure to head over to Twitch and give me a follow over there, which is just my name, Seth Fowler. But with all that out of the way, let's get right into it. For the past 5 years, the lifestyle and running sneaker market has been dominated by one particular sneaker. I'm sure you all know what sneaker I'm talking about, and as you know, the sneaker started out as a running silhouette and then quickly became a lifestyle favorite. And now, at the beginning of 2018, Nike has finally come back with their response. The Nike Epic React Flyknit is obviously designed to be a running sneaker first and a lifestyle sneaker second, but as we saw with the silhouette that I mentioned before, it's very possible that this shoe could transition from not only a running sneaker, but a lifestyle hit. So without further ado, here it is, the Nike Epic React Flyknit. This triple white colorway of the Nike Epic React Flyknit released for $150 on February 5th. Unfortunately, this particular colorway was only available to Nike Plus members and only available on that day. However, if you are interested in grabbing a pair for yourself, there will be a wider release in different colorways on February 22nd. The first thing you'll notice when you get these shoes in hand is how incredibly light they are. It's kind of crazy. That, of course, is due to the materials that Nike used. The entire upper of the shoe is made up of this white Flyknit, as the name would suggest. The upper of the shoe is a one-piece construction, so there isn't any separate tongue. It's got more of a sock-like fit. The Flyknit itself is thin but feels pretty durable. Another thing I really like about it is how breathable it is. Around the tip of the toe, the Flyknit is really densely knit for added durability, but as you move back on the shoe, the knit becomes a lot looser to allow for a lot of breathability. You can actually see your fingers through there, which is not new, but something. The material isn't that stretchy. It's similar to what you find on the Flyknit Racers or the Lunar Epics or other Nike running sneakers like that. It does offer a surprising amount of containment though, especially for how thin it is. Continuing back in the shoe, you've got these flat white laces. The laces weave through the eyelets on this thin TPU panel that add a little bit of durability, so over time the laces aren't going to pull out on you. The laces actually weave all the way through the Flyknit, so they will be touching your foot. You won't feel them when you're wearing the shoe, but it's just something to keep in mind. It's really not a big deal. It just makes it a little bit harder to relace the shoe if you want to. The Flyknit underneath the laces and around the top of the ankle is a lot stretchier than the rest of the Flyknit found on the upper. That of course is to allow for adjustable fit, so when you tighten the laces, it's not really going to bunch up on you, it's just going to kind of get smaller. Inside the shoe, there isn't much padding to speak of. Your foot is pretty much just touching plain Flyknit. That's not a bad thing though, because the Flyknit does feel really nice. Rounding off the inside of the shoe, you do have a very thin white foam insole with the blue Nike swoosh. As for fit, I found that the Nike Epic React Flyknit does seem to fit true to size, at least for me. However, like most of Nike's runners, the shoe does run a little narrow, so if you are a wide footer, you might want to go up half a size. But as I always suggest, if you have a chance to try the shoe on first, make sure to do that to make sure the size you're getting is the right size for you. If you don't have that option, like you're buying the shoes online, I'd suggest going true to size. Moving back on the sneaker, you've got this white Nike swoosh, which blends into the upper pretty nicely. Moving around to the back of the shoe, you've got this matte white heel counter. It is pretty stiff to give you some heel lockdown, but it's not too stiff to where it gets uncomfortable. The lateral side of the heel counter is plain, whereas the medial side of the heel counter has this glossy Nike text. It's kind of hard to see because it's like the same shade of white as the rest of the heel counter, but if you hit it with the right light, you can see it. Not that it's really that important, it's just a cool little design detail. The heel of the shoe is rounded off in this white pull tab that says Epic React in blue. And then, as with most Nike runners, you've got this little hit of 3M. Moving down the shoe, we get to the meat and potatoes of the sneaker, the full-length React midsole. Unlike the previous React models that Nike has released in the past, where the React was actually encased by another material, this time around, the whole midsole and outsole of the shoe is made up entirely of React cushion. The first thing you'll notice when you look at the React midsole is these sort of jaggedy cutout lines. These grooves are actually mapped out by computer software on each individual size of the sneaker to give you the most benefit and the most feeling from your React cushioning. They allow for the React cushioning to experience the maximum amount of flexibility and compression. These ridges definitely give the Epic React Flyknit a very unique look, One that I wasn't sure if I liked in the beginning, but the more I looked at the shoe, the more I kind of came to love it. It's definitely different, but I think the uniqueness of the shoe is really what I like about it. To be fair, the aesthetics of the upper isn't that unique. It's definitely a performance-driven look, but I don't think it looks bad. As I'm sure you've noticed by now, around the heel of the shoe, you've got this blue TPU plate, which adds a little bit more stability in the heel of the sneaker. On this particular colorway, it's got this light matte sort of candy paint job, which I actually really like. Of course, you've got Nike React's logo embossed onto the lateral side, but I'm sure you guys are all wondering, how does this shoe feel? The short answer, the React feels great. Now for the little bit longer answer. React cushioning is comparable, but not the same as what you find in your competitor's midsole cushioning. It's super comfortable, it's very soft, it offers a really nice bounce when you're both running and walking, but, and I think this is a good thing, it's not as mushy as you would expect. It's definitely got an ever so slight bit of firmness, but I actually really like that because even though it's only a little bit stiffer than what you'd expect, it makes the shoe feel a lot more stable. Not only that, it kind of makes sense because the shoe is definitely more performance driven than it is lifestyle driven. With that being said, I think it feels incredible for lifestyle wear. React cushioning is a super comfortable midsole technology. I really love it. As I wear the shoe more, I'm definitely going to do a more full-fledged performance review, and I'm planning to do a comparison of React to other cushions on the market, but as of right now, I think this midsole is great and I have no complaints whatsoever. Finally, moving to the outsole of the sneaker, you can see a majority of it is just plain React, and then rounding off the bottom of the shoe, you can see that Nike reinforced the toe and the heel of the sneaker with thicker translucent rubber. This thicker rubber is purely for durability, and it kind of scares me that there isn't any in the midfoot of the shoe, so this area might wear a little bit faster than these areas, but we'll just have to wear the shoe in and see how it does. Overall, the Nike Epic React Flyknit is actually a really excellent sneaker, especially for 150 bucks. Performance-wise, I think it's really great for casual runners. I can't really speak to the more proficient runners because I'm not really a runner myself. Lifestyle-wise, I think the shoe is super comfortable. I think the React cushioning is excellent. The Flyknit upper is also pretty great. It's not very stretchy though, so if you want a more stretchy upper, you might want to go a different direction. It also does run slightly narrow, so that's something else to keep in mind. Aesthetically, overall, I do think it is a really nice looking sneaker, especially in this colorway. However, even though I do like the look of this shoe, I'm not really in love with it. It's definitely a shoe that looks better on foot than it does on a shelf, but it's still not my favorite looking runner out there. As I mentioned before, if you want to grab a pair of these for yourself, they drop at Nike retailers on February 22nd for $150. Now that we've got the review out of the way, let's throw these guys on feet and see how they look. Make sure to leave a comment in the comment section down below letting me know what you think of the Nike Epic React Flyknit and whether you're planning to grab a pair for yourself. And as always guys, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to me, Seth Fowler, if you want to see more content just like this, and follow me on all other forms of social media. The links will be in the description below.